Good morning, Prime family, and happy April the 16th. Today is Wednesday, and we have another busy day here at Prime AC and Heat. That is how tired I am that I had to slow that down a little bit. But the guys right behind me here, they're starting to load up. Today, we got a pretty interesting project. We're going to be doing a full system replacement. Now, this is not going to be an S-Series or side discharge unit. We're going to go back with a standard cube style R32 air conditioning and gas furnace system. But as you can tell, we have tons of ductwork here that we're going to be replacing. Let me show you this. We got some Planums and we got a lot of Ys and reducers. Now, just like the S-Series, and I know that we harp on these things every single day, airflow is so important. You know, when you're designing these systems and we're offering it to our customers, whether it's the S-Series or whether it's just a standard cube style unit, it's so important that we figure out the ductwork and the CFMs that are part of that system. The CFMs and the ductwork are the lifeline of the unit, the air that's going in and the air that's going out. If we don't have enough air going in on either the supply or the return, then we create an environment for static pressure. Now, static pressure, oh my gosh, that is the very first and only thing that affects the longevity and efficiency of these units. If you don't get that right from the get-go, you're just asking to be coming back to that system at one point within the first probably 5 or 10 years of that life. Most people don't look at that. They don't really take the time to design and figure out the CFMs. Now, this is a 4-ton system that's right behind me. On general, for flex duct, we want to have at least 1,600 CFMs going in and going out. Now, you also, which is something that's overlooked, you want to do a block load, heat load, okay? Now, you can get a little bit more detailed. You can go room by room. You can measure windows. You can measure the insulation, the type of material that was built for the house. You can also go off of the climate in the area because every system is different, by the way. This 4-ton unit here, this 4-ton unit that's right behind me, and the way that we designed it and the way that it's sized for this property is totally, and I mean totally different than a house in the same style and the same equipment located in a different region of here in the United States. If you're up north, you're gonna size your system differently. If you're down south, even further than us, where it's even more humid, maybe you're by the coastal, you're gonna size that differently. If you're on the East Coast or the West Coast, you're gonna size it all differently. So it's so important that wherever you live at, as you're building and designing these systems, you are taking in consideration exactly how to size it and exactly how to put your ducts to it. Okay, guys, that right there is so important. So, hope you learned something there. Maybe I didn't get too detailed, and that's okay. You just got to know we size it, ductwork, and HVAC itself. Now, behind me, I got two of the best installers in the game. I got Little Goat. What's up, Little Goat?
Morning.
AKA the greatest of all time. You guys know him. And we got the main man, the Meadow, AKA Wedo. What's up, Big Alex? How are you, dog?
Making it.
He says making it. I showed up here in the morning. I said, Alex, how you doing, bro? He's like, I don't even know what day it is, George. What's my name, man? What are we doing, you know? Where are we at? Guys, Alex and Little Goat right behind me here. One of the many teams here that does some of the best installs for us. Man, they take the time to not only make the job look good, but follow the instructions of how not only the manufacturer wants it or how the state or the city wants it, but how here at Prime AC, we do our installs. And so happy and so blessed to have them. Little Goat, you want to say anything out there to the Prime family?
Man, we out here, you know, making it happen, you know?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How's your energy this week? It's only Wednesday.
It's only Wednesday, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 100%, you know?
Oh, 100. Alex, why you laughing, bro?
No, I'm just...
He said 100%, bro.
100%. Must be nice. Must be nice.
Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. Okay, and then lastly, I want to introduce you guys. I keep saying introduce, but it's not even introducing anymore. This is the main man. This is the one who designed the system, Mr. Donald himself. What's up, Donald?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Prime family, thanks for tuning in. Another good day.
That's right, guys. So Donald was the main contact on this call. He was the one who went out to the property, spoke with the homeowners, looked at the current system, and then came up with the game plan. Donald, do you want to tell the Prime family what you saw, what led you to, offer them this option, and then, why are we doing the full duct replacements? You want to tell them that?
Yeah.
Let me flip the camera around here.
Yeah. So originally the customer had requested an estimate to have all the air ducting changed out. It was in pretty rough shape. The jacket was completely delaminating, exposing the inner liner. And what happens with that is in the summertime, the attic's really hot. And by the time the conditioned air comes off of the equipment and goes to where it needs to go in the house, it picks up so much heat gain, kind of making the system, well, not kind of, very inefficient, okay? So that was his original concern. But kind of zooming out from the ductwork and looking at everything else, there was a couple other things that needed to be addressed outside of the ductwork, which led us to changing out the equipment as well. And there's a system for every budget out there. The S series was definitely something that was very attractive to them, but at the end of the day, we want to do what's right for the customer. So we went ahead and put together a project for them that will include the ductwork and the equipment, maintain their budget, and give them long-lasting equipment and total comfort.
That's awesome, guys. You heard it. So Donald, you went there, you saw the option, the customer told you, hey, this is what we really want, but we want to stay within a certain budget for us. And that's so important, guys. Here at Prime AC, we have to take care of our customers and every style, whether they want the very top of the line or they want just like the entry level equipment. No matter what we give our customers, it's all based around what they want. It's their home, they're the ones living in it, they're the ones enjoying that system. So who are we to really go in there and tell them you have to do this right here, and that's why I think Prime AC and Heat is one of the very best companies here in the Metroplex, because our number one priority is you. If you're watching this, the customers, the ones who rely and trust that we go out and do right by you. We will treat you like we would treat our family.
Absolutely.
So it's gonna be a good one today, guys. Thank you so much for always watching our videos, liking, subscribing, commenting. Remember, we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2025, and we're almost there. We're halfway there, guys. Halfway there. So thank you, guys. I hope you enjoy this video. Let's go get some work.
Let's win the day.
Let's go.
Okay, guys, here is our arrangement in the attic. Here's our return. We have a 14, a 7, and then a 12. We'll be installing a new plenum with collars, new ductwork on the returns, filter base, furnace. We'll do a hang right kit. We're going to do a new plenum with all new drain upgrades, as well as our gas. We're going to do a new supply plenum as well, and new supply ducts. So we have a 12, we have an 8, we have a 9, and a 7. Man, this stuff is in pretty rough shape. What I want us to do is I want us to suspend these to the rafters with saddles, strap them so that way they're not sitting on the floor. And these distribution boxes here, I want to go ahead and break away from that and put some T-Ys. A lot of these runs that are coming off of these branch boxes are going to be 4-inch runs, and what we're going to do is go ahead and put a reducer. We'll run a 5-inch to it and reduce it down to a 4, where it goes to the boot, and that'll just kick out some more airflow. So we have a branch box there, we have a branch box there, we have a branch box there, and then this 12 goes to a 10, and that 10 goes right in through there. I crawled all the way back there, and we have 2 4s and a 6. So we'll go ahead and put reducers on those too, just to have bigger runs coming up.
All right, guys, we're here at the job site. We are in Plano, Texas, and you guys already know the drill. The guys beat me to it. Always. Every time I get here, You guys have already have the condenser removed and the new one installed. Right behind me, guys, the little goat is the one installing this unit out here right now. He's working on that masonry and that brick to try to get that copper line set where it's kinked so that we can fix it. Having copper lines that are nice and not kinked is so critical for the compressor. And here's this unit right here. It's a standard cube style unit. It is R32. This is the new A2L mandated refrigerant for all these new AC and heating units, and they look really good. I mean, this is your standardized cube style unit. Little goat, how's it going, by the way, sir?
Well, getting the unit set.
Yeah.
I mean, already level, and then I'm just checking here if it's not the copper bending.
Yeah.
So I think we're good.
Perfect, man.
Nothing bad.
Perfect.
You know the drill. Take this filter dryer and cut it from here and run it copper from here to the condenser. You basically, you know.
Yep. Here, let me show the. Here's the kink. Point it to them.
Right here. Right here, you can see this, and then we don't like this, so
Yeah.
running new.
So when you install or when you're fixing these copper lines, you usually like to cut them as far back here. You don't want to have any couplings.
Yeah, we don't want.
And then you expand the copper, and then you run your new wire through there, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Now these units and these drain lines.
You're fine. You're fine.
These copper lines, we flush them. Now we use RX flush. Now let me show you guys what that RX flush looks like, because that's what cleans the existing copper lines. If the copper lines had a burnout, or maybe let's say that they were not in the best condition and it's accessible, we would run new line sets. But this line set here is still in really good shape. All we have to do is flush them out, clean them out, and prepare them for the new refrigerant. But let's go up to the attic, and maybe when I'm walking up there I'll show you the RX flush real quick. But let's go up to the attic and see how the guys are doing up there.
Family, thanks for tuning in. Here we are in the demolition phase of the installation of a new system in ductwork. As you can see behind me, this is what prompted the call. The customer had concerns about their ductwork. Pretty obvious. But aside from the ductwork, there were other things that could have been addressed, which is what prompted the 3-piece change-out furnace, air conditioning, and ductwork. And some of the things that we want to point out to you guys is not only do we do installation, but we also do maintenance. And part of the maintenance is to catch stuff like this. And as you can see, all this dust and particulate matter that's building up in this plenum, where all of that comes from is from inside of the ducting. So we perform duct cleanings to ensure that you guys are breathing healthy, quality air. And just for reference, take a look inside of there. That's what we're breathing, guys. So if you guys are in need of replacing your ducting or just cleaning out your ducting, those are some services that we offer to ensure that you guys are breathing healthy, clean, quality air. What we're going to do is we're going to eliminate this old school way of mounting equipment, and we are going to put hung right kits. What that's going to do is allow and ensure that the equipment is nice and level, so that way we have proper pitch and we're removing our moisture accordingly. We're going to go ahead and bring all of these drains up to local code. There's a lot of sags and bends and dips, and water does not like that. It goes with gravity. So we got to make sure we have proper slope. Also, for our refrigerant lines, we can do an RX11 flush, so that way we can reuse these copper lines here and keep project costs to a minimum. Refrigerant gas, water, natural gas, and also our combustion gas. And if you follow this pipe all the way through to the roof, as you can see, that's the importance of having annual checkups on your equipment to ensure that everything is working and operating correctly, as well as safely, because safety is a big concern when we're dealing with combustion appliances. We have, again, refrigerant gas, natural gas, we have water, we have air, and we have flames that we all must contain to a standard. So by getting all of this addressed is really going to ensure long-lasting equipment, as well as safe operation and long-lasting comfort in the home.
right, Alex.
What's going on?
Real quick, as I was filming Donald, you were looking at something, and I just caught what you were saying. Tell the audience here, Prime Family, what you're. First of all, tell them what you do when you're kind of installing and how you're prepping yourself to get the game plan. But then when you see stuff like this, what goes through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I get here, I mean, my mind's already trying to see where I'm gonna put things. You know, the way I'm gonna do it. I mean, first thing I've seen is this right here, how the unit is hanging. I mean, I'm even surprised this thing is still up here. It's just, I mean, it's not even. I mean, those got a few nails in it, but this one they just wrapped it around and. I mean, hope for the best, I guess. I mean, it is not good. I mean, other than that, we just take everything down and we're gonna try to raise it up as much as we can so we get the most slope on the for the drainage and everything. I mean, all the ducts are gonna be new, so everything's gonna be rehung and everything. So yeah, it's gonna look way different.
Oh man, especially with Alex right here, I know it's gonna look, man. It's gonna look real great. It's crazy when we go to these jobs. You know, it's never surprising what we find. I mean, stuff like this where it's not even supported or actually screwed onto the rafter. And this is plumber's strap. I mean, this is not even like heavy metal strap. So all of this gets removed. And look how low the system is to the ground too. So with the hung right kit, we'll be able to lift it up, raise it up to make it more serviceable. So yeah. I can't wait for you guys to see the end product. Alex, thank you so much, man.
Sir,
appreciate you. All right, and right behind me here, it's Mr. Alfonso. What's up, man?
Guys?
How are you?
Good. Here, demoing quickly all the ducts. Remove everything, bring the hang right up, start doing the duct work. And hang them up nice and neat all the way to the equipment, and then start cutting the holes for it.
Yes, sir. Man, Alfonso is working on, first of all, man, we have a huge antenna on our way here,
yeah.
But Alfonso is right now working on removing all of this gray back duct. Look at all this stuff, man. This air leakage, inefficiency, there's just so much, and that's why all of this is going to go away. And if you saw, all of these ducts were also on the ground. So Alfonso, what he's going to do, he's going to first of all remove everything. He's going to strap and he's going to wire everything off. We're not going to go back with any of these little triangle boxes. Those things are just horrible in distributing airflow. So we're going to go back with proper wires. And once he gets it all designed and moving, they'll all be hung up on the rafters. That little yellow saddle that I showed y'all, that's going to go under the ductwork. It's going to get strapped. It's going to look like a totally different attic space up here. And Alfonso, you're doing a great job, man. I cannot wait to see your end product, man.
Take a look at our progress so far. So here we have our new air conditioning system set in place. And what we're going to do here is follow all the same procedures that we do with our S-Series systems. We have all the proper tools and equipment to get the job done correctly. One of the most important things is nitrogen. We want to make sure that we remove all the non-condensables out of the equipment, as well as pressure test the system to make sure that there's no leaks or anything. This is going to be our 14 SEER cube style unit. Still very efficient. It is compliant with the industry standard R32 refrigerant. This is still a very great option, and this was a package that was allowing the customer to be able to afford all of the ducting as well as getting full system replacement. Alright guys, so taking a look here at the electrical cabinet of this air conditioning unit, we still have some of our components here. Run capacitor. This is going to allow the compressor and the fan to operate. Also, here we have our electrical contactor. It is essentially a high voltage switch. So whenever you turn on the air conditioning system at your thermostat, this is going to go ahead and depress in and allow high voltage to go ahead and power up our compressor and our fan. Once power is applied, we need our run capacitor to help take over and push those motors, hence the name run capacitor. Over here we have our CoreSense diagnostics panel, and as service technicians, if there's any potential faults or errors, this will go ahead and allow our job to be a lot more easier to be able to troubleshoot, diagnose the system, and get the system back online properly. Alright guys, let me show you something real quick. So not only do we specialize in installing equipment, we also specialize in service and maintenance. And one of the most important things that we do on our maintenances is we do a free washing of the outdoor unit. Take a look at this coil here. You can see how plugged up and impacted it is. That is going to decrease your efficiencies in operation of this air conditioning system. So if you guys are in need of professional maintenance of your guys' systems, give us a call. Just to have a peek into our world as our installation team is getting the system ready to be installed. As you can see, we have everything that we need to make sure that the job gets done quickly, expedite this process. It's going to be a really hot day today, so we want our customer to get comfortable really, really quick. And as you can see, everything that is required to do a professional installation, we have on site.
All right, Alex.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, it's around, what time is it right now, man? 10? It's 10 a.m., bro? 10 a.m. What's going through your mind as you're kind of prepping and getting the install done? And around this time, are you happy with the progress that you and your team have done?
Yeah. We got already basically everything down. I'm about to start bringing everything up into the attic, so we're putting it back together and one step at a time.
Awesome. What's this down here?
This is our pre-made installation kit. So basically with every install, they prep us everything that we're gonna need for it. And that way it's quicker to load in the mornings and get to the job site quick.
Does that make it easier for y'all?
Definitely. Yes,
Awesome.
sir.
All right, little goat. So tell the Prime family, the lighting is a little bit dark in here.
It is, yeah.
Tell the Prime family, man, what is it that you love about the HVAC trades?
Well, what can I say? What can I start with? Well, I like the challenge, you know. Yeah, I like the challenge. I like to talk with the customers, you know. Different experiences with them. I love installing, you know. It's just everything, you know. I don't know how to describe it.
You have
know?
a passion for it?
Yeah, I have a passion for it.
Is that why they call you Little Goat? The greatest of all time?
Yeah.
Because you have a passion for it?
Yes, sir.
Heck
I
yeah,
have a
man.
passion, yeah.
That's
That's what I
awesome.
like.
Yeah.
I like helping people.
How do you deal with the hot weather? Like, I know we're about to get into our busy season, right? So for us, the busy season usually starts around middle of April and goes all the way to September, where we're going to be working a lot. How do you get ready for the season? And I know that sometimes we'll put new installers and apprentices on your groups. How do you motivate them and keep them, focused on getting through the season?
Well, like you say, you know, just like keep focused, you know. And well, that's it. Just focus, you know, on what to do. And then if you want to survive in the attic, just keep your mind clean, you know, like. If you want to do something, you just focus on that, and then don't be focusing on different stuff because you're never gonna finish.
Yeah.
So that's for experience for me, you know.
Yeah. That's a really great point. Great advice. So if you're focused on, like, if you're doing installs now, hey, listen, we're talking to if you're out in the field or if you're thinking about getting into the trades, the installer is such a rewarding position, because just like Little Goat said, you're dealing with customers, you got satisfaction of taking care of those customers and actually being a craftsman, because you're the one like making the unit look good, making it install correctly. And to your point, I think it's really good that as an installer, you got to focus on your job, on one thing in your job, and with the team, right? Like you got Alex, you got Alfonso up there. Everybody's kind of dedicated to a section of that install. And when you guys are getting closer to the finish line and everybody's kind of finishing, then it becomes easier because all three of you guys can then tackle the last part, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So that's really awesome. Well, Little Goat, thank you so much, man.
Problem, sir.
Prime family, thank y'all for watching. Little Goat, I'm gonna get you back to work, man. I'm sorry.
All right, now you good.
All right.
All right, guys, so we talked about installing new equipment, we talked about servicing systems, we talked about maintenance. Another key important factor that we got to pay attention to is air quality, okay? So what we have going on inside of this plenum is we have a little bit of microbial growth occurring. And there's a combination of reasons why that occurs inside of an HVAC system. What we're going to do to ensure that that doesn't happen is we're going to ensure proper airflow through the equipment. That way we're not trapping all of that cold, dense air inside of this equipment. Also, we're going to be doing superior filtration. We stand behind our April Air products because they provide the best filtration out there. So maintaining your equipment is going to be very, very important. Indoor air quality is going to be extremely important. And how we're going to be able to achieve that is proper airflow, proper filtration, and air purification. And what we're going to do is we're going to be able to have the ability to install an ultraviolet light that also has air purification potential inside of it as well. So if we hit all three of those pillars, we should be able to avoid having this kind of situation. All right, guys, here we have our indoor evaporative coil. This is going to be the new industry standard refrigerant, the R32. This has a sensor built into it. So in the event, if this coil springs a leak, it's going to go ahead and send signal to the compressor to go ahead and turn off. It's going to signal for the fan motor to kick on to dissipate any residual refrigerant that's built up in here. Because if you take a look, it is an A2L refrigerant that has a slight flammability factor to it. So for safety, this coil is going to make sure that it has all those bells and whistles inside of it to ensure for safe operation.
All right, big dog. How'd it go, man? Look at that. You got all that out, man.
All that out.
Yes, sir. All right, Prime family, this is Alfonso. Alfonso,
What's up?
how are you doing, sir?
Good, good, good. Got everything all out.
Yes, sir.
Now time to put back everything back in.
Yes, sir. Hey, can you tell the Prime family out here, man, what is one thing that you like about the HVAC trades?
Well, I can't say about the money.
Yeah, that's okay. You can say that, man. It's a career.
Yeah, about the money, and then like there's something new every day. Every challenge, something new.
Yeah.
Yeah, you learn everything, something new every day.
That's awesome, man. All right, well, I'm going to let you get back to it, man, because
Yes,
I know
sir.
you're killing it out there. Thank you. All right, Prime family. Well, I hope that you are enjoying this video so far. Woo, look at that. That is a lot of old ductwork there. This customer is going to have some clean, fresh air by the time this installation is done. I got to get back to the office. We got to keep going. We got a couple of more projects across the Metroplex today, and we got to prep for tomorrow. But when they get really close to the finish line, we will come back over here and we'll show you the end result.
Allow me to zoom in on something that's very important to us here at Prime AC and Heat, and that's going to be honesty and integrity. Now, here in Texas, a majority of our houses, we have a gas heating system just like this one, okay? And the way that this unit works is we have natural gas coming in, or propane. Combustion happens, flame is going to enter these heat exchanger cells and warm them up. The fan underneath is going to turn on and it's going to blow over these heat exchanger cells, providing warm air into the house. Now, with that, with heated metal, you get expansion. When the metal cools down, it'll contract. Over the years, expansion, contraction, expansion, contraction. You may develop a breach or a wide open crack at some point. And we've all heard those stories of a technician coming out to my home saying I have a cracked heat exchanger just so they can sell me a new furnace. Here at Prime AC and Heat, we have full transparency. That's why we shoot these videos for you guys. Give you guys a peek behind our curtain and how we do things. What makes us a little bit different. So we take extreme pride in training our guys to make sure that they have top tier technical acumen, so that way they can provide you guys above and beyond service. Now, with this particular furnace, this heat exchanger was actually cracked. Part of the reason why we're replacing it. Now, whenever a technician is recommending replacement due to a cracked heat exchanger, without a shadow of a doubt, we should be able to stand in front of the judge in the court of law without any doubt in our minds that yes, this is the case. So let's go ahead and take a look at this heat exchanger and see the areas that are compromised. And right here is just one of few cracks that developed on this heat exchanger. Now, as this heat exchanger warms up over time, these cracks are going to get bigger and wider. And here's a second one over here. And the combustion gases that are supposed to be venting out of this heat exchanger are actually going to be potentially coming into the house. Now, carbon monoxide is, you can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't even taste it, right? Who's tasting the air? But that is going to be one of the silent killers out there, is carbon monoxide. So whenever we're recommending replacement due to something like this in regards to safety, rest assured, guys, it is the case. And whenever we pull a furnace out for replacement because of that, we're going to be able to look at this thing and make sure that, yes, we are operating with integrity, we are being honest with our customers, and we're putting them in a good position to be able to make good choices for long-term comfort.
All right, guys, we have a midday update here. The guys have done such an amazing job. Y'all saw how much duct work was up there. I mean, it's a full duct replacement, plus we're including the HVAC. Now, the guys out here, check it out. They did a great job. We have our gravel, we have our concrete pad, our condenser, and as you can see right here, we have our vacuum machine. Now, you guys know from the past videos, if you've watched and if you haven't, if you're a new subscriber, first of all, thank you for tuning in and watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment on this video. And if you haven't seen our past videos, go ahead and take a look at those where we talk about the importance of running a solid vacuum. Now, right next to the vacuum, we have our nitrogen. So I know the guys did a nitrogen pressure test first, but let's go ahead and take a look at the vacuum and our micron gauge, and I'll show you guys a little bit on the setup and why we do it this way. All right, guys, check it out. So right now we have our vacuum machine. Now, this vacuum machine right here is a field piece VP87. In my opinion, a little bit overkill for residential. We do some light commercial work as well, so that's why our guys are equipped with this type of vacuum here. But as you can see, we only have a one hose setup, okay? And that means if we back over here, this is how our guys here set up our vacuum. Once the pressure has been completed with nitrogen and it passes, then we can go ahead and set up our vacuum machine like so. We have a core remover here, okay? Now this core remover has a little port right here that goes all the way in. They remove the core, the Schrader valve core. They take it out. That way, this is an open tubing all the way through right here. And then they're going to go ahead and connect their single hose all the way back to the compressor. And they're going to put their micron gauge. If you can see, they're going to put their micron gauge on the liquid side here. There is a core in here that has to be in there. That's what presses down into this section here. But having the micron gauge on the liquid side ensures that we have the furthest point away from the vacuum right here. So the number that we see here is really accurate in the sense that we know we are pulling a very deep vacuum. Now, with all the systems that we do, the number that we try to get to is always 250 microns. Okay, so now you're asking yourself, hey Prime, why do you guys stress so much about 250 microns? Valid question, guys. Valid question. Here at Prime AC and Heat, whether we're doing maintenance or whether we're doing service or whether we're doing installation, we have to go as close to the book as possible, guys. Now, we read the instruction manual, we follow industry standards, and we try to go above and beyond. Pulling a system down to 250 microns, especially with the Amana Daikin brand, is critical. 250 microns ensures that we have no leaks, no moisture, no contaminants. Now with these new A2L refrigerants like the Amana, which carries R32, it's even more important to ensure that we have no contamination inside of that line. R32 is a single refrigerant. It is not blended. So we have to ensure that we keep that refrigerant as pure as possible. Now, how we get to 250 microns is the next question, right? That's where having the installation process be perfect, right? When you're brazing copper, you have to braze with nitrogen. Now, I get it. In the industry, everybody has been taught differently. Everybody has said, you don't need to do that. We can, braze without nitrogen, and we've never had any issues. And listen, I get it. I totally do. But there's a right way of doing things, and then there's a sloppy way and fast way of doing things. And here at Prime, we don't cut any corners. So yes, our installers will always braze with nitrogen, okay? That ensures that we don't build up any carbon buildup that's inside of the copper when you don't braze with nitrogen. And in a future video, and if you guys have go online and just Google what happens when you braze copper without flowing nitrogen through it, you will see the stuff that gets built inside of that line, and there's no way to remove that. The only thing that will happen is you will clog up the internal expansion valves, whether it's the electronic one or whether it's a thermal TXV. And that's not good, because you're going to put more strain into that system, and you're going to have a system that will prematurely fail. Okay, so we always brace with nitrogen. Once we have braced all of our points, the second thing that you have to do is you have to ensure that the system holds pressure. When we get these systems from the manufacturers, like the indoor evaporative coils, they all come pre-filled with nitrogen. Okay, that pretty much ensures that the manufacturer tells the dealer or the contractor, hey, this coil has no leaks. And it has no leaks because I put nitrogen and there's pressure in there. When the guys are on the field and they cut the little copper, they'll hear exit the evaporative coil, and that's again to letting them know that, hey, this system here has no leaks. And it's no different here on the field. When the guys are finished brazing all the connections, they're going to pressurize it with nitrogen, okay? And that is going to tell them that there is no leaks across the board. Now, when they do a pressure test, they will pump up that system about 500 psi, okay? 500 psi ensures that there is no leaks whatsoever, even to the smallest amount, okay? And then they will purge it all out. Once they have passed that nitrogen test, and that nitrogen test usually consists of doing a decay test, ensuring that we are not dropping PSI within a allocated time, all right? And once that passes, step number 3, which is where we are at right now, the vacuum. Now, triple evacuation. If you're on the field, you understand what that means. If you're not, let me explain it. A triple evacuation is a recommended and proper way to properly remove all the moisture, contaminants, and ensure that the system is properly sealed and ready to go for that refrigerant flow. Now, triple evacuation on a vacuum works this way. After you have passed the nitrogen pressure test, you're going to hook up your vacuum system, your micron gauge, and you're going to run your vacuum down to about 1,000 microns. Once you get there, you're going to shut it off, and you're going to break it with nitrogen for about 2 to 3 psi of nitrogen. You're going to run your vacuum second time. This time, you're going to get it down to around 500 microns. Once you get to there, you're going to shut it off. You're going to break it again with nitrogen, another 2 or 3 psi, and then you're going to run it again. Now you're asking yourself, well, why do we have to break it with nitrogen? Great question. The reason why we want to break every time the vacuum with nitrogen is to help absorb any more of that moisture that's inside the lines. Then you're going to run the vacuum the third time, okay? Wow, almost dropped the phone there. On the third time when you run your vacuum, this is where you're going to go into what is known as a deep vacuum. Now here at Prime AC and Heat, we go down to 250 microns, okay? Sometimes we over exceed it. We go well below that because the vacuum machine and the whole vacuum process was done so good that the system is allowed to go down to, 178 microns right now, okay? When you get to that number, whatever it is, 250, 200 microns, you're going to shut off the valve that's connected to your vacuum hose, and then you're going to shut off your vacuum. Now you're going to perform a vacuum decay test. And what that means in general terms is that if you can get this system to hold its micron without raising to 500 within 10 to 15 minutes, then you have a properly sealed system. Now, if you get down to the hundreds and 200s and you've done a really great job in getting to those numbers, more than likely you won't even get close to raising to 500, which will indicate to you, if you're watching this and you're an installer, which will indicate to you that this system has been properly evacuated, it's properly sealed, and it's ready to be introduced to the new refrigerants. With these new A2L refrigerants being slightly flammable, it's even more critical that we run a great pressure test, we run a great vacuum, and ensure that we do not have to fix it after the fact. Hope you guys learned something on this one. What's up, Alex? Oh my God, what is this up here, man?
It's a whole new world.
Oh. Wow, man. Hey, this is a midday update. It's bringing the Prime family along here to catch to see your update and how everything is going, man.
Well, I mean, everything is out.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much the unit's almost done. Got gas hooked up, wires in. Got it braced in. It's already on vacuum.
Nice.
We had to do a switch because it will just directly to the power back there.
Yep.
So we got a
nice electrical switch there. Yep.
So I just gotta do the drain steer.
Okay.
Blue pipe, and that should be it for the unit itself.
I see some ductwork already being hung.
Return is hooked up. Everything in that.
Mr. Alfonso.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? How are you?
What up? Hot.
Hot? Hey, man, your ductwork's looking really good. Nice and strapped, hung across. You've done this before, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All over there.
Yeah? You got all the way over there?
Yes, sir.
Good, bro. Little goat.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? You're hiding all the way back there. How's it going?
Camouflage.
Good. We're doing good. It's kind of hot, but I mean, hang in there.
Did you guys eat lunch already?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Donald.
Hey man, they said that they
We
ate this
told
morning.
them. They
so
tried
I
it?
didn't have to get lunch, so
Yeah. we ate this morning. So,
Okay. Okay.
So a little later, it's better than earlier. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Awesome, man. Well, it's looking really good, Alex.
Yes, sir. Yeah, like I said, I'm about to do the drains. And help with the
Real
ducts.
quick, I Awesome. saw that there's a like a little wire right here
Right here.
coming down. Yeah, what is that, man?
Yeah, that's the A2L sensor.
Wait. Talk to the Prime family.
So basically, on these new refrigerants that came out, you got a sensor. So if a coil has a leak in it, it's gonna shut everything off and it's gonna turn your fan on. Okay. So that needs to be connected to the board over here, which basically controls everything. So these are nice now because you can actually plug it into the actual furnace. But now,
Well, when you say nice, what does that mean? Was it not nice before?
yeah, but I mean, there's a couple extra steps you gotta take when you don't have these furnaces. So there's like a little box thing, you gotta connect everything there, so it takes a little longer. But this one is just plug and play, so
Awesome.
way easier.
Okay,
Yes,
awesome,
sir.
man. And I see your inverter loop.
Right there.
That looks good.
Yes, sir.
Good deal, man. All right. Thanks for the explanation, man.
Yes, sir. No problem.
And so we are at the tail end here. As you can see, Donald and Alex is waving off this thing. I'm going to show you guys a breaker. Now, part of our installation here is that we replace these disconnects right here. Now, this is a square D disconnect. Probably one of the worst kinds because they fail so often. Let me flip the camera around and show you why these things are no good. Right, now check this out. Wow. What does that look like, man?
Chicken fried steak.
hungry. You're making me hungry. Pretty good here.
I wanted to show you guys our design here. So essentially we want to achieve maximum comfort, and the best way to do that is to make sure we have proper airflow through the equipment, coming off of the equipment and making sure we get good velocity even to the furthest runs over there. Hey, go wave, say hi.
Hey, what's up?
So the existing unit was short about 600 CFMs, so we went ahead and did a redesign here, being able to achieve maximum airflow. This is a 4-ton system, requires 1600 CFM, and with the ducting sizes that we have coming into the equipment and the duct sizes that we have coming off of the equipment is achieving just that. So guys are coming along pretty good with progress here. Alright guys, so we just completed the installation. Here we have the air conditioning system. What we have is our economical air conditioning unit, super energy efficient here, comparison to the original system that was there. What we did here is we put some peat gravel down so we can ensure that the system doesn't rock, tilt, or move throughout its life. We got a new concrete pad here. We got the system bolted down so that way we don't get any movement. We went ahead and put a new service disconnect here. We put a surge protector. What this is going to do is ensure that if there's any lightning strikes, blackouts, brownouts, or anything like that, it's going to sacrifice itself rather than the air conditioning system becoming compromised. This thing's ready to be fired up, guys, and you guys are going to be the first ones to hear it turn on. You ready? 1, 2, 3. There we go. And guys, the last thing to do. It's official. It's official.
We're gonna start out with the supply Plano strapped up, all ducts nice and sealed all the way around. On our copper, we got our inverter loop. Filter is inside the condenser. That's the model serial number of the coil. We got our ball valve right here, easy trap, and drain pan switch. Drain pan is level. We're gonna go to the settlement trap. Gas is open. Flue pipe is connected, sealed, and holding all the way around. Go into the filter access, flue pin. All ducts were secured and strapped.
We just wrapped it up. Could not be happier with how this whole project came out. Donald, man, you knocked it out of the park. Great design. Love the fact that you measured all the ductworks, got the CFMs for this customer. Alex, the entire install crew, I mean, those guys worked their butts off, and look at the end result, guys. What a beautiful air conditioning and heating system. Gravel, concrete pad. Hey, I know we specialize in the Amana S series, but we are also professionals in all aspects of air conditioning, including, but not limited to, the traditional cube style systems like the one that's behind me. So guys knocked it out with a great disconnect, surge protector. But listen, aside from all of that, this is a small PSA for all the viewers that are watching in the Dallas, Fort Worth, Denton, and McKinney area. If you are in this area and you're watching this video, first of all, thank y'all so much for the support. But second of all, if you have a pending repair, a pending maintenance on your HVAC unit, or listen, if you have been thinking about replacing it, maybe you have been putting it off, this is the time, guys. We have rising pricings because of all regulations and mandates that are coming down from the government. We have tariffs that are affecting how these units are built and the materials that are used. So prices are going to continue to skyrocket. And honestly, there is no telling when those prices will ever equalize. So right now is the time before the prices keep going higher. We have some of the best financing terms, guys. 0%, long terms, no payments, easy payments, all of that. All geared to helping you make the right decision for you and your family. And what else? We have the best technicians, the best installers. We work 7 days a week. And if you're lucky, you'll get somebody like Donald to come out to your house, or any of our other wonderful technicians or designers that we have here at Prime AC and Heat to design your system, repair your system, or maintain it. Prime family, thank y'all for watching this video. I know it's been a long one. We have been trying to upload more videos lately, but as you can tell, we are moving into the busy season, and that means that it's going to be harder and harder to upload these videos, but that's my commitment. My commitment to you guys watching these videos, that I will continue to try to upload as much as possible. Thank you guys. Help us continue to grow this channel. Remember, 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That's where we're trying to go. So share this content, like it, comment it, and subscribe. And like always, Prime family, we'll catch you on the next one, huh?